Hey everyone, it is Winners and Grinners time here. We've had a couple of weeks off and it's great to be back. Hi, I'm Darren Murphy, joined as usual by Dave Tinnis-Carroll. How are you, mate?
Good afternoon, Daz and Baz. Great to be here once again. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks and plenty of big couple of weeks of sport that we've missed out on. So
absolutely. Barry Coe, how are you, bud?
Good, man. How are you?
Mate, I am good. Had a go at AFL commentary.
Yeah, how was that?
On Saturday.
I heard you got people from London and Hong Kong.
Yeah, London, Hong Kong, and all over the shop there. And basically, I made shit up.
Oh,
yeah,
good. That's good.
It's no different to this show.
No,
that's right.
No, I saw what I saw, and look, We'll talk about the game a bit later, but it was a great first quarter, and then after that, it just wasn't too good. Like your North Cairns side against Port Douglas a couple of weeks ago.
That was terrible, wasn't it, Daz?
What a shocker.
Yeah, it was a big shocker. Actually, 3 of the teams were beaten by 100 points in AFL Cairns, so it's a bit of a concern at the moment. We're only into round 1, so we'll talk a bit more about that.
Yeah, we'll talk a bit more about that one later. Let's get into our top 5 for this week. And the AFL is actually drawing a hard line on behaviour. Lance Collard got hit with a 7-match suspension for a homophobic slur, and Zach Butters also fined for umpire abuse. So the AFL is clearly saying enough's enough.
Yeah, but that one of Zach Butters, he got fined last night. $1,500. He didn't get suspended. However, he's very, very adamant that he didn't say it. And he's quite pissed off, because we can say that. And they're actually going to appeal it, him and Port Adelaide. So so it was to do with something about something about how poor of an umpire you are, or that's about normal. That's about the normal what you do week in, week out. So he's had a derogatory remark to the umpire, but he's saying he's never said it. The umpire said he did. But obviously the homophobic slur AFL is very, very big on it, and it's actually close to home to me. My young fella got done for a homophobic slur 2 years ago down in a under-19s match when he got dacked by an opposition player. And my son turned around and he said, that's a pretty gay thing to do. And the umpire heard it, and it was a homophobic slur, and they gave him 2 weeks for getting dacked. So probably Baz in his days, he would have, turned around and
just belted one.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said too. So
there won't be words.
Yeah, there won't be words. There's no words.
Let's give him a bit of biff, that's all. That's all you need.
Yeah.
All right, the Gather Round versus Magic Round. The Code War heats up. AFL Gather Round continues to build massive success and is direct competition to the NRL Magic Round. So AFL feels more like a festival.
It does, and you know probably why, Baz, because they go to Norwood. So they'd probably go into somewhere like
they go to a few different grounds around the Adelaide
they go out
area.
They go out to the Barossa Valley as well. There's a ground out there they play. I agree with you, Daz. It is more like a festival, but then again, I've heard that the Magic Round is pretty good in Brisbane as well. But
it's all in one ground though.
But is that so would that be for you, Baz? Is that just because it's in one ground, one area? It's really just at Caxton Street and Suncorp Stadium.
I don't know. If people are there for the gather round, do they go to different venues to see different games, or do they tend to just go to one or two? No,
they'll go to Adelaide Oval Thursday or Friday night, and then they'll go to maybe a Norwood.
So they will travel around.
They will travel because they'll go out to the Barossa, or they say we'll travel.
It's probably not as practical in Brisbane. Like there's a few grounds across Brisbane. They could do it like a festival thing, but
so what that means is you're not going to go.
You could potentially play your game at KO.
At Redcliffe?
In Redcliffe.
Or Gold Coast? Is it too far away?
Well, not necessarily. You could play it at Seabus, and then you could play one at KO.
But there's pros and cons, I think, of having it all at Suncorp as well, So, if you're staying in the city, you can stay there the whole weekend and see every match if you're so inclined,
I agree, but it's 8 games on that football stadium is a fair bit.
Well, 9 if you include the female state of origin that they.
Oh yes.
Was it last year they had it on the Thursday?
Yeah, they had it on Thursday night, and I think they're going to do that again this year.
I think that was a great concept.
It is great concept, but 9 games over 3 days. 4 days, the
ground is pretty scuffed up.
By Sunday afternoon, it's pretty poor spectacle on viewing, isn't it? Don't you think, Daz?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm not actually aware of what the numbers are like towards the end of the weekend. Like, is the last couple of games on Sunday losing some numbers?
I've got mates down there. You probably hear it as well. That they'll go Friday night and they'll go Saturday, and by Sunday they're just all in the pubs.
Fatigued.
Yeah, they are fatigued. They aren't going.
Yeah, well, as much as you love your footy, there's only so much you can sit through,
so
I guess. And especially if there's teams that you don't really care
But
about.
you could probably do Thursday night women's, Friday night, obviously Suncorp. Saturdays you could take it to somewhere else and then bring it back Sunday.
Yeah. I mean, you've still got your Gold Coast and you've still got Redcliffe.
Yes.
And even you could take a game to the Sunshine Coast as well.
You could even take a game out to Ipswich if you're trying to get Ipswich.
Absolutely, yeah. Go to the
new,
Jets ground.
Go to the new corridor if you're trying to, because they're looking to get the new Western corridor, which could be the next new team.
Yeah.
Or so.
Yeah, but I guess from all accounts, the Magic Round is a big success. Regardless. They're probably not going to mess with the formula.
I think we probably need to go. Winners and Gooners needs to go one weekend and just interview.
Just put us in charge.
Interview anyone and everyone. I think for 3 days.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That'd be good.
That would be good.
All right, injury
Straight to the
carnage.
bar.
True. Yeah, especially the Caxton. Yeah.
Or go to Munster's. Go to Munster's new pub. What's that? He's got a new one on.
Yeah, I have
Caxton.
heard that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we could go to that one. Yeah, for sure.
All right, put it in the budget.
All right, an injury carnage is actually shaping the NRL season. David Fafita's out for 6 weeks and Corey Pay is out for concussion protocols. Just isn't bad luck. It's just affecting the ladder.
Well, Brisbane are doing a very good job at the moment for what's out, as much as I do not like the Broncos. They've got Reynolds out, Walsh out. Corey Pakes, is he a Broncos player? Yes, he is, yeah.
They put up a good fight against the Cowboys.
It was 35-31 that game, if I've got it correctly. I mean, so...
They could have won it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's always going to happen, though, with contact sport, isn't it, gents? That is this, like whether it's obviously affected the ladder. But I tell you what, Stephen Crichton didn't affect the Bulldogs on last Thursday night.
This is true, yeah.
And he's back in, I see. Is that correct?
That's correct.
What did he do? Did he break was his shoulder or?
I think it was shoulder.
It's good effort.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
Anyway.
just dislocated or something.
Yeah, but it's just the way in the NRL. When you're getting 27 games, it's going to be a carnage.
Yeah. Now, I had to put this story in, though, the team instability versus early contenders. So the NRL is constantly reshuffling debuts, returns, and it's hard to trust form from week to week. And the AFL sides like Hawthorn, Sydney, Melbourne, they're starting to separate. So one competition setting, the other is still rolling the dice.
So are you meaning rolling the dice is the NRL?
Is the NRL actually taking a chance here with all these minnow teams actually coming up with the top of the ladder, yet suddenly the team's supposed to win, they're actually all dying in the arse?
Like Melbourne.
Like Melbourne.
But it's good, though.
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, but it is obviously good.
Hungry.
It is obviously, I think it's great. I mean, no one thought that after, what are we now, round 6, that the Tigers...
Well, we were saying, like a couple of weeks back, that it feels like the top 8 is already set, but we also said it's so unpredictable. And it's just all flipped around on us, hasn't it? Like,
it has.
Cowboys are in top 4, Tigers are in top 4. We were writing those teams off,
Yeah. But the issue in the AFL is there's a 3-tier competition. So there's 16 teams. There's 5 teams that are really, really good. There's the middle, which is 5 or 6, and the bottom 5 or 6 are no good.
Just dreadful.
Just dreadful. And they are dreadful.
Well,
Essendon had a win.
Let's not.
I know. Sorry, Baz, but
let's not write them off yet.
But however, I do believe the way you look at the ladder, I think this play-in, this top 10 is going to be awesome.
In the AFL.
I think it's awesome because, if you looked at the ladder now and you go, well, the top 5 and 6 are Hawthorn, Western Bulldogs, Sydney, Fremantle, Gold Coast, Brisbane.
Yeah.
But then you got this next tier of 6 or 7, North Melbourne, Geelong, Melbourne, Port, Collingwood, whoever it might be, Adelaide. It's going to create so much, and some people are against it because, it's just a money-making machine. It's not, because already by now, the top 6 are set in the AFL.
Yeah.
They really are. But now we've got a top 10. So we've got probably 8 teams. The next 8, they've got a chance. 4 of them have got a chance to get into the top 10. And I think for sure, Daz, is the NRL has to go this way too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
So what's the story? The top 10 play finals?
No,
top 8.
Well, they do. So top 10 play finals. So the top 6 have the week off.
Yeah.
And then 7 plays 10.
Yeah.
And 8 plays 9 as a play-in.
So it's a qualifying final.
So it's a qualifying final to get into the final 8.
The final 8. Okay,
And so
right.
if 10 beat 7,
Yep.
7 are gone, and 9 beat 8, 8's gone. And then 9 and 10 become the 7th and 8th teams.
Yeah, right. So you've got, you've got 5 teams there on 8 points just outside the 10.
Exactly. That's what I love about it.
They could fight to get in that 10 to give them a shot at playing into the 8.
So you're going all the way down to the team who's 15th, which is West Coast.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know it's early in the season.
I know,
This will change towards the end.
Exactly. But even if it's 12, 13 team, still have the opportunity to get in.
Yeah.
Because we've seen, we love our league. We love all our sport. But we get to round 22 and it's pretty hard.
We can't make the 8. We're done.
What are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
Because
I think it's exciting.
because we've talked about Penrith and Melbourne and Roosters.
But we see in round 27, that there is people there vying for the top 8.
Yes.
Okay, so that's our qualifying final.
Yes.
So whereas the AFL actually has an extra week to actually have their qualifiers.
Yeah. I still think it's good. If obviously what do we have? We have 19 teams in 2-3 years.
Yeah.
2 years. And then there's 20. The 20th Cairns Tum, as you know, Daz. It's by 2030.
Yeah.
So I would say by 2030 they could bring it in earlier. They will bring in a top 10.
Yeah, I think they have to. The more teams you've got, they've got to give them.
They need to have something to actually break it.
Because you can't have 12 missing out with what's the last 6 weeks of the season going to mean? Or say not 12, say even 10.
Yeah.
Because there's normally 10. So
yeah.
Anyway, but
that's really good.
It will be a good system, and at right now, the AFL have that bye anyway before finals. So the top 6, if you are good enough to be top 6, you'll still get the bye anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's talk NRL, and I got 2 out of 8 this week. So
you're
I'll
not
tell
Pat
you
Malone
what.
there, Dave.
What another bullshit round of football.
I know we're going to let's talk about some of this rabble that happened on the weekend. Let's do it. Let's go.
Bulldogs versus Panthers.
All right, 32-16.
Anyone outside of tragic Bulldogs fans like Callum, who tipped the Bulldogs?
So our last was we didn't go. I looked at it last Monday. They were $5.80.
Yeah.
I was only going to put Baz's house on it because it's got plenty of equity in it. So we could have loaded up at $5.80.
Yeah.
Obviously with no Crichton, but look, the Dogs were very good. But Penrith probably always, you can't be at that type of level. That we're now 1/3 or 1/4, is it 6, nearly a quarter of the way through the season, just under. So they're going to have a bit of a blimp. But that was a good effort from the Dogs.
Yeah, really good effort.
And what I loved about is that their halves played really well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Burton's playing really good footy. Is he? Start again. Would you look at putting Burton into Origin football?
Is he ready?
Well, he has played Origin.
Yeah, he's ready.
He's played Origin before.
In the semis.
Yeah. So he's got.
Is he ready for actually rigors of Origin?
Well, he's probably not going to play. He's not going to be in the halves, even though Mitchell Moses is having a shocker. I believe he just comes. I agree with you, as he probably comes in the centre. I don't know whether he just sits on the bench.
Yeah,
but he probably is going to be that utility player anyway.
Yeah.
Manly 28 defeated the Dragons 18.
Mighty Manly. Look at them go, Dave.
This was a messy game.
Look at this. Look
at it. Go Manly. This was a messy game. 16-0 after 15 minutes, and I thought, here we go. We're in trouble here. We've only won twice. Go Manly. We've only won We've only won twice in 23 years. It was a bloody terrible game of football. Yeah. You know who? There is one Tyson Sloan. Is it Tyson Sloan? Yeah, it is Tyson Sloan. I'm pretty sure it is.
From the Dragons.
Yeah, the Dragons.
I don't know why. For some reason, Shane Flanagan doesn't like this young man. Because I know Guffo is the captain and
Tyrell Sloan.
Tyrell Sloan. I thought the energy and the vibe that he brought into for St. George into their back line, especially when they were 16-0 down. If Clinton Guffinson was there was just no way that the Dragons would have come anywhere near Manly. So it was they got in front. It was 18-16 at one stage as well. And then Manly, stabilised as such. And the Foz, Kieran Foran's now got 2 and zip.
Yeah.
He wins another 4 games. Do you give him the job?
Well, that's a good question.
He's got to be in contention for it, surely.
He's not doing anything wrong.
No.
But anyway,
but let's...
Yeah, that's
2 games.
Okay, Barry, right here.
I'm
trying to get a bit excited.
All signs are pointing to yes. Right.
All right, the Cows 35 defeated the Broncos 31.
Look, obviously I'm happy.
This was a great game of football.
I'm happy about the Cowboys, but how great was it? I thought we were going for another golden point.
Probably one of the best games of the year. Probably the best game.
So. Yeah, I think so. Mm-hmm. Mere fact that there were 2 field goals in this game towards the end.
Yeah.
Okay. I think were the Broncos unlucky? I don't think so. They were injury ravaged.
Wouldn't say they're unlucky. I think they played well. Okay, the Cowboys played the moments better than probably the Broncos did, but over the course of the game, I thought the Broncos were a better team. Yeah. But when it mattered, the Cowboys
towards the end, the second half, the Cowboys were just making meters after meters.
Oh yeah.
Even when they were behind, you could tell they had some hustle about them. They wanted to win that game.
How good's your boy?
Cliffo.
No. Jackson.
Purdue.
What a try.
Oh, that first try.
That try was incredible.
He just sliced and diced. That's a great new word
sliced
for our...
Sliced and
I love that for our winners and
slicing and dicing.
Well, it was practically length of the field, wasn't it?
It was. It was he's a smooth talker on and off the field. I'm sure he is for a young lad, but he's very good. And just in relation to that, what are your ideas? So Scotty Drinkwater has been given permission and to talk to other clubs, and I was read today. Is that right? Is it $2 million from
2 mil
from the Dragons?
Oh, okay, I haven't heard.
They offered him $2 million.
Now he ain't worth $2 million. That's over 3 years. So what's that? 750, 700, 6? Is he
700 a year?
Is he worth that?
Is anybody getting that?
Wish I was on 700 a year.
Yeah, I thought you were. But fullbacks are in the competition getting paid that.
Yeah.
So that's the minimum. Really, is 600 for a fullback. Yeah. But
if Cowboys had lost the last 3 games, though, are we talking $2 million for Scotty Drinkwater? Probably not. He's hot right now.
But the only reason why he's been released is because we just spoke about Jackson Purdue. He's going to fullback. You probably knew that.
Yeah.
That he's going to fullback, which he has to play fullback.
I'm hoping he doesn't leave the Cowboys. I'm hoping he uses it as an opportunity to negotiate. But yeah.
He won't stay. Okay.
You reckon, for sure?
So I know we've probably only got a little time, but why would you think that he
We've got
stays?
A heap of time.
Why do you think he stays when Jackson Purdue...
I'm just hoping he stays.
Yeah, that's good.
You know.
Yeah, hope. He ain't staying.
I think Purdue's fantastic in the centres, and I think he could do a few more years there. And you've got him as that potential for fullback or in the halves.
You're a way better team. When we watched that game against Vegas... when
Drinkwater went off injured,
and he went to fullback. Yeah, he got him back in the game. No, the kids, like Trento's been, our friend Trent Cooper's been saying, but this kid's a gun. He's probably one of the best young kids to come out of far north Queensland.
Well, I'd rather see Purdue go to fullback than interrupt Clifford and Dearden in the halves.
Yeah,
I think they're a killer combination. I think they should play Origin.
What?
Clifford and Dearden. In the Queensland Origin team.
Are you on drugs? We were talking about drugs today. We were talking about them today. There's no Munster?
No Munster. What's Munster done lately?
Yeah, well, Daz, we'll get on once we get on the Melbourne.
Yeah,
There's two Cowboys in the top 10 of the Dally M rankings right now, and it's Clifford and Drinkwater. So.
He ain't playing. But anyway, good thought. Okay, let's push.
No, look, realistically, they're probably not dropping Munster.
No.
From the Queensland team. But if he's...
So could Clifford play a utility role on the bench for Queensland?
Oh, he could, I suppose.
Stay in one of the...
Well, Ben Hunt.
There's 19 in the side now, so...
Well, if, let's say Munster was injured, I'd like to see Clifford.
Well, say Munster isn't injured and Ben Hunt still is.
Yeah. They're probably going with Munster.
No, but the utility.
Isn't Munster
utility.
captain?
Oh, you mean, taking Ben Hunt's role off the bench.
Exactly, that's right.
Yeah.
So,
Hang on, Cameron's the captain, so
he ain't getting dropped.
He's not getting dropped.
They've dropped captains before, haven't they?
They have. You blokes
dropped DC after one
That'd
game.
be a big call.
No, actually, I'd like to see
one
that.
game.
If Ben Hunt is not fit and he's going to struggle for game one.
Yeah.
I guess the question is Cliffo really a utility type player? I mean, he could fill many roles, I guess.
Or is he's probably too tall to play in the forwards, isn't he, as a hooker, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't put him in a utility role. But if the 5'8" position was
open,
will
push Cliffo for Origin debut.
Well, let's see though. Like if Cowboys just continue their streak as they are, it'd be hard to deny it, wouldn't you? You'd be like, well, Jesus.
Yeah, not in the halves.
And if and if Storm continue to lose,
they ain't dropping Cameron Munster, mate.
Okay. No, but
I know. Okay, we'll wait and see.
The good news is Todd Payton, actually, we've rubbished him before, but we think that he's safe for a while.
Oh no, he's safe now. He's fine now.
Yeah,
he ain't going anywhere. No.
Yep.
We're still only around 6 though.
Yeah, that's right. You got to get through.
We're not even halfway through the season.
Got to get through tomorrow night yet.
Plenty of time. All right, Raiders 36, Rabbitohs 34. This was another great game of footy.
Yeah, look, great game. I'm disappointed in the Rabbits. I did tip them.
Me too.
Yeah, well, and
good on Raiders. They've been struggling.
Yeah, they have been struggling.
Good to see them win.
I mean, obviously, Ricky and the team would have had a very soul-searching week. You can't go from 15 minutes in a prelim to look as though you're going to win it.
Yeah.
Or might have been the weekend before. It could have very well been. And to now being second last on the ladder, I'm pretty sure they are. They're still a really good team.
You got a double for Hudson Young and Kyo Weeks as well.
You probably can't trust the Rabbits yet, can you? Or to say
you? Yeah, well, true.
So Fafita,
yeah,
is that where he did his injury?
That's where he did his. Correct.
Right. Well, that'll hurt the Rabbits then.
Yeah,
won't it?
Oh, big time.
Yeah. So, but it's. I mean, the Raiders have still got a good squad. Even Strange is still, trying to pick up from where Jamal Fogarty had a great year last year. But
Souths are still 5th on the ladder.
Yeah, no, exactly. But I'd be interested to see who they play this weekend. But we'll get to that.
Yeah. So the Roosters 34, the Sharks 22. This was the other game at Flopper Stadium.
Just disappointing from the Sharks there.
How did that happen? 22-6.
Yeah.
They were up.
It was 22-6.
Yeah.
So,
I was happy.
So I didn't see it until I didn't start watching the game until it was about 22-18. So what happened, gents? What happened for
DCE happened.
Did he?
I don't know.
No, actually it was.
It was? There you go.
Did he take control of the game?
He took control of the game and everything gelled.
Okay.
Plus Maria Hargraves.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, right.
Yeah, absolutely stormed it.
Yeah, and where are Sharkies sitting now? 9th.
That's a bad loss for the Sharks.
Yeah.
Definitely, because not only to be at home, 22-6.
Oh, no, I was in Perth. Sorry,
so I was in Perth, but still,
it was a home game.
Yeah, but
so they had a double header in Perth just to promote the new Perth side, and I thought it was a great initiative.
You got two really good games, didn't you?
What were the crowds like?
Crowds were great. About 38,000 for both games.
Oh, that's
both games
at Optus Stadium.
That's more than Roosters getting.
Yeah, right.
So it was a healthy crowd.
I think Perth's a great city to watch sport. I really do. It is. And once they get the Perth Bears in, it's just going to – like Perth is going to be rocking with their
There's got to be a good population over there that just are sick of AFL.
Well, they're expat Queenslanders.
Yeah, exactly.
Fly in, fly out people. You know, the people who actually go up to the mines. the Kimberleys and things like that. So
they'll get behind it.
They'll definitely get behind their rugby league team.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Warriors 38 defeated the Storm 14. I'm getting hungry, boys.
Yeah, what's the stats here though? Warriors have not won this game against Melbourne at home in like
since about I think 2001.
Yeah,
I thought
it's a bit of a hoodoo game.
2001. I actually thought, and I didn't tip them, but I thought the Warriors would get them. But none of us wanted to tip Warriors and the only reason I didn't tip them is because Storm are going to lose 4 in a row, and that's not going to happen. Just not going to.
Just not going to, and then they did.
Not going to happen.
And now they did. I mean, it's again, the Warriors are a very good side. I do believe. I mean, it's going to be tight, but somewhere they are going to land in the top 4 somewhere. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
I think Webster, I've said it all the time, is a really good coach. But what's kind of going on with the Storm, do you think?
Well, Bellyache's blaming himself
I did see that.
for the losses. And he's probably, I don't know if he's right. I think the Storm are just playing terribly.
But is his forward pack no good?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know.
Like, they're obviously getting beaten.
Yeah.
And comprehensively.
It's just a defence.
Yeah. I mean, they're what's their for and against? Their for and against must be horrendous by
shocking.
now.
Let's see here. 2.
Yeah.
2.
They 164, 158 against.
Yeah, but are they one of the worst? 158?
The differential is 2.
No, but are they one of the worst on 158?
Against. No, Eels 226.
Yeah, but they're up
173.
Yeah. But I always say if your defence is that bad this early in the season, you have to be a very good coach and team to turn it around. So if you already had 158 scored against you, whereas Penrith's had something like 60 or something, and not even that.
72.
It's a big thing to turn around. You've got it.
Tigers have only had 92 against them.
If your defence is already right at the start of the season, you don't have to work on your defence too much. You just got to keep it, stabilised for the rest of the year. I agree what you just said. They have to turn around their defence to start winning football games.
Oh, big time.
It's $15 for Storm to win the premiership.
Wow.
Yeah. I have never seen it like that.
Put the house on that.
There you go. We're going to do that. We're going to put, they might, look, they can still score points, but my concern is that they let in too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
All right. Another game we didn't see coming. The Titans 52 defeated the Eels 10.
God, I tipped the Eels.
This freaking football club is one of the worst sporting clubs in Australia, this football club.
Eels.
Parramatta are so bad.
I don't want to say it.
They have no soul, this football club.
I don't want to say it. I think this has all started with Zach.
Yep. And on a show last night I watched, and it was brought up about this whole...
it.
You watched it?
Yep.
Zach Lomax has poisoned... I'm going to say he's poisoned this football club.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep, so much. He's a New South Wales and Australian winger. He's walked out on this football club. Yes, they stood up for themselves and said, no, we're not going to just get a player or get money off. No, we're going to stand for something here. Yeah. But what do they stand for? They didn't sell their soul, but they've got no soul. Yeah. This is a terrible football club. Yeah. Like, to lose to the Titans and for the Titans to put 50 points on them, Mitchell Moses does not deserve to be 5'8". No. For the New South Wales team. I'm just going to say it at the moment, he's so overrated as a footballer. Like, if people try and say that, yes, that Mitchell Moses could or is up near Nathan Cleary, they're kidding themselves.
So who are you putting in? Nathan Cleary and...
Well, he's injured. That's the issue, is Jerome Luai. But who I'd probably put in is Adam Dewey.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. If you're picking on form,
it's Dewey. He's got to be the 5'8". I mean, I know he's probably playing a bit of 7 as well, but
this is a good question. Should Origin be picked on form?
It should be. It should be. But Mitchell Moses will get picked at 5'8".
Interesting.
But Parramatta, and I feel sorry for Jason Ross. I think I think he's a great coach, but he just needs to go in there and just clean this roster out again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the final game, West Tigers 42 defeated the Knights 22.
And look, Knights have had a great start to the season, but the Tigers are just rolling through teams. Like,
yeah, Saruva.
Benji's just changed this team around.
Saruva. Oh, he's I sort of caption of the Tigers and Benji in the standards that he's brought over the summer. You know, he even said, I was reading it, look, it's been a great start to the year. It was a great game of football. We won it. But our last 15 minutes was just horrendous, and that's not the standard we have.
Is that where they let in the points?
Yeah, and that's what he said. And they won 42-22, and I thought, wow, his standards are really high.
Yeah.
And he's either saying, if you don't want the standards to be as high as what I'm setting them, that's fine, but you can't come with me. Yeah. So he's saying, if you want to come with me, I'll take you to wherever we're going to go to. But if you don't, then that's fine. But they are. They're all just following him at the moment. Because, I mean, do you think finally no Ponga Daz and no Dylan Brown caught up with the Knights on the weekend?
I think you could be right.
You can't have those two guns, and they are guns. Well, one is a gun. To me, he's in the top 3 in the league.
Yeah.
Is Kalen Ponga. In that, you know, like, I think they've just been, the two Fletchers have been playing well. Yes, they've been, you know, probably like more, they say, what they say, they sniffing the smelly oily rag or something. They've been getting as much as they can out of that. Yeah. But I think it's hitting home now. They need one of these two players back. And I don't know if they're actually back this weekend, but we'll have a look.
Yeah, looking at the Knights' tries, there was two, one in the 76th minute and one in the 78th. So obviously the Tigers are, you know, lapsed off there.
Yeah,
you know, which is Benji's right. You know,
yeah, and he's setting standards. So
you could have won by 30 points, not 20.
That's right. But they need one of the. So the Knights need Brown or Ponga back very, very soon, and I'm not too sure.
Yeah. The only other thing that I want to mention with the NRL, that Ivan Cleary was under scrutiny after he flipped the bird to a fan, which look. Did that affect Penrith's game?
Beforehand or afterhand?
Oh, probably both. I think he's had enough.
Yeah, I think Ivan Cleary's a very calm and composed coach.
Yeah.
But I think he probably gets abused a lot by fans because, you know, they probably say
they're looking for results.
Panthers are wankers. You think you're so much better than, you know, like, I'm sure he gets harassed every weekend.
Look, I think it's fair. If somebody's yelling abuse at you, you should be able to hurl it back and
flip
give the finger, flip the bird. You know,
no,
we're all human.
Yeah, I agree.
I know there's standards to be upheld at footy clubs or whatever, but you know, if somebody's calling your name,
I agree too.
It's not the worst thing to point your middle finger at them.
Absolutely,
definitely not. No, definitely not. So, but he probably got fined, did he?
Yeah, he got fined.
Probably a couple of thousand.
Yeah.
V'landys probably needs a bit of extra money for the TV rights, so might as well get it off.
See, what Penrith. A joke. Like, wait, you're just supposed to cop abuse.
Well, that's and I really do believe, I have read that he does cop a lot of abuse from fans, and so does Nathan as well.
I think the middle finger's fine compared to turning around and saying something specific, you know.
All right, so that's your NRL scoreboard thanks to DC Finance. And got any specials on this week?
Oh, no, it's a special. Oh, there's a few.
Free home loans all week.
Interest only for the next week.
Awesome. What's the phone number, mate, if they want to get in touch with you?
0423 883 173. Call Dave Carroll.
Awesome.
1-800 Tinners. No, it's not. Don't call it. No, don't call the one he said.
Yeah, exactly right. All right. So looking at the ladder, thanks to Optimus One, and the Panthers are on top, and West Tigers are joint leaders there.
Yeah, with the same points there.
Absolutely. Followed by the Warriors, Cowboys, Rabbitohs, Knights, Bulldogs. Roosters round out the 8, and then Sharks, Sea Eagles, Broncos, Dolphins, Storm, Titans, Raiders, Eels, and Dragons. Well, it's still an interesting ladder.
Yeah, and there's probably only one team that can't make it, and it's obviously Dragons.
St. George, yeah.
Yep.
And Para, let's be real.
Yeah, and Para.
Parramatta. Yeah. That's unfortunate.
But there's some surprising ones in the bottom 8 or bottom 9.
Well, Manly doesn't make it. Dolphins, I'm not trusting. Melbourne's, you've got to put Melbourne and Brisbane, mate.
You got to give Melbourne a shot there.
But I don't think Gold Coast, Canberra, apparently. Yeah, so there's probably only 2 teams out of that bottom 8, don't you think?
Yeah, you expect Brisbane and Melbourne to bounce back at some point. Get up there.
Brisbane will definitely bounce back because they've got Hunt, as I said, Walsh. Yeah. Carrigan's now out suspended as well.
Yeah.
Who they playing? Someone tough too, aren't they? Anyway, actually they got a lot out again now. Anyway.
Yeah. All right, let's turn to AFL, and all these games were played in Adelaide, of course, for Gather Round. The Crows defeated Carlton 114-86.
Yeah, well, Vossi continues to hold on his job, so I don't think the Blues are going to sack Vossi this year. I think they'll just let him run out his final year of contract. But, yeah, you expect that from the Adelaide Crows. They've got a great forward line, and that result was expectant. Yeah.
Low-scoring game on Friday night at Adelaide Oval. The Dockers 45 defeated Collingwood 39.
Oh, this hurt.
What's going on there?
Oh, well, both sides, it was a very, very defensive game, obviously, as you can see the scores.
Yeah.
But Collingwood had their opportunities, had more inside 50s. Lockie Schultz, 20 metres out in front, hit the post. Dan McStay decides to go around the corner and kicks the ball around the corner and completely miss it. And Fremantle was 7 points down with 5 minutes to go, took their opportunities, as the good teams do, and I think they are a very good team, and they won the game. So, pies, it would hurt Collingwood, but you've got to take your opportunities when it happens.
Yeah, the Brisbane Lions 92 defeated North Melbourne 66.
Yeah, the bubble burst there for the Kangaroos, and the Lions are just rolling along nicely. I think they're back in the 7th spot at the moment, and they're not setting the world on fire, but they don't want to at this stage of year.
Finally, Essendon 113 defeated
45
Melbourne,
points up.
68.
Wow.
And they were never hit. Like, they led all day. They were.
What a great game! I watched some of this one.
They might have been behind early, but once they got in front, I tell you what, they would have been on the sauce on Saturday night. The Bombers.
I don't know. Some people would have made money on this game. I think they would have been paying all right.
They would have.
It was definitely not an expected win for them.
No, not at all. No, because Melbourne have been playing really good football.
Yeah,
and won, I think, the last 3 games. So.
But this will do a lot for the team, though.
For sure.
To boost their morale.
Because in the end, then you're starting to believe that what the coaches are saying to you is just let's play this type of brand of football and and see where we can end up at.
But they're up against the Suns this week.
I know it's at Gold Coast. It's going to be tough.
And Essendon's paying $7. So
I'd leave your money in your pocket, punters.
Put the house on it. Let's go. No, don't.
All right.
Listen to the finance guy.
Swans 100 defeated the Suns 68.
Yeah, Isaac Heaney is rated all-time AFL VFL for having 20 or more disposals in a season and 2 goals. Absolute jet, this young man is, Isaac Heaney. That wasn't a surprise that the Swans won, but the Suns now have lost 2 in a row.
Yeah, it's disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah, and they were tipped to be a top 4 team. Look, obviously they'll bounce back this weekend because they play the Bombers, but who cares when they play the Bombers or even Collingwood or North Melbourne?
They've got to beat the good teams.
Exactly, Baz. They've got to beat the good teams.
And they needed to do better against the Swans. Even if they lost, they're 32 down.
Yeah, that's a 5 goal. Yeah, so Damien Hardwick would have had a tough week on the track. And look, they're going to bounce back, but that means nothing this weekend.
Yeah. Okay, the Hawks 104 defeated the Dogs 64.
Sam Mitchell's got this team moats ticking at the moment.
Disappointing for the Dogs too.
Yeah, it is disappointing. They did have their ruckman out. But Hawthorn are looking really good, and they kind of play the way Sam Mitchell played when he's a 4-time Hawthorn premiership player, and they're looking good.
Geelong 122 defeated the Eagles 76.
It's not the worst.
No.
It's not the worst. It is at GM. Oh, no, sorry. It was at Adelaide.
It's at Norwood.
So it was at Norwood, the Norwood Oval, the beautiful Norwood Oval. It's not the worst for the Eagles, but, at least they are scoring. At least they're getting their, goals. And,
they're getting some points.
Putting the points on the board. That's it.
Giants 131 defeated the Richmond Tigers 75.
Yeah, this was a terrible game of footy. Like, Giants are just travelling. Tigers may not even win another game for the year if they have even won one, actually. I think they might have won one. No, they haven't won a game.
No, okay. 0 points.
So I'm concerned. I'm going to say I don't think they're going to win a game.
Does that happen very often where a team doesn't win?
No, well, West Coast only won last year, but I just don't see them winning one at all. They just don't have the firepower to kick big scores. Yeah.
All right, St Kilda 81 defeated Port Adelaide 67. What's going on with Port Adelaide?
Well, it's a rebuild, new coach.
It's a good win for the Saints.
Their best player, Zach Butters, has been offered $2 million to go to Melbourne Football Clubs next year. Probably will, because he's a free agent, probably will leave. Again, it's not a convincing win for St Kilda, but it was a win they had to have, and obviously that's going to help them their ladder position. But again, I don't know where Saints are at the moment either.
All right, turning to your Optimus One ladder for AFL, and it's the Sydney Swans right up in front. Then Fremantle, Hawthorn, the Dogs, Suns, and Lions round up the 6. Your top 10 is North Melbourne, Geelong Cats, Melbourne, Port Adelaide. Then on the bottom there, you've got your Crows, Giants, Collingwood, St Kilda, West Coast, Carlton, Essendon, and Richmond haven't opened the account.
And I don't know if they're going to.
Yeah. All right, FNQ Rugby League, and it was round 3 last weekend. The Southern Suburbs defeated Ivanhoe's 40-18. Kangaroos defeated Mossman 40-22. Tully defeated Mareeba 20-16. Atherton defeated Cairns Brothers 40-20. The Innisfail Leprechauns beat Yarrabah 48-16.
So just a couple of games out of interest to me. Ivanhoe's obviously struggling this year.
They are struggling.
Is that be right? With Josh Dugan, who's been there for the last 3 or 4 years. And the other big result, obviously Atherton have recruited pretty well. Have you heard that?
Yeah, they have.
I think the 2 Herd boys are up there.
I have heard that. I haven't actually seen a game of FNQ Rugby League.
And to beat I know it's up at Atherton, but to beat the Brothers, and quite convincingly, it's great for Rugby League in Cairns, because I think the Brothers, would that be right? They've won the last 4. Would that be right, Daz?
Yeah, I think so.
I think they have.
I believe so.
Yeah. Anyway, the ladder, how was that looking?
The ladder at the moment is Atherton on top, followed by the Kangaroos, Innisfail, Cairns Brothers, and Tully Tigers, Mareeba, Southern Suburbs, Yarrabah, Mossman, and the Ivanhoe
Is
Knights.
Atherton undefeated?
Atherton
they've lost
currently undefeated. Yep, they drew 1 and won 2.
Okay.
5 points.
There you go.
Welcome back to Winners Are Grinners, and we have the AFL Cairns results there. Port Douglas defeated your boys 171-35.
Yeah,
It was a cricket score, that one.
It was a cricket score. The premiers of 2025, North Cairns Tigers. It was a tough trip up, obviously, the highway and Captain Cook Highway. And, it was they're just way too good, Port Douglas.
Yeah, the Centrals defeated City Lions 161-46. That's
it's the second big loss of the weekend, and Centrals have got some really gun recruits coming up from Brisbane at the moment.
Now, the game that I commentated on the weekend, well, doing special commentary anyway, 133 to the Cairns Cutters there to Menunda Hawks 19. Now, Menunda actually were going toe-to-toe with the Cutters there, but the Cutters were just way too dominant.
Obviously. I think we said that they were 12. I think it was 17-12 at quarter time, and the full-time score was 133-19.
So there was a guy by the name of Tex there, which great name for a AFL footballer. We were saying 5 goals.
Yeah, that's good effort, isn't it?
Yeah,
real
so
good.
tremendous effort there.
Yeah.
All right, and that is your AFL Cairns results for this week. Let's go to our tips. This
Why
week.
not? Okay,
so
let's go into the NRL.
NRL's first. We'll start off with the NRL. And the Cowboys play the Sea
Here we
Eagles.
go. Game of the round, straight up.
Straight up. Well, actually, it is probably one of the games of the round.
Yeah. Now, we're not going to mention here's the thing. We can't mention the odds at the moment because there's a whole legal thing.
Fair enough.
Right. So we won't mention the odds, but
no worries.
We'll just say that the Sea Eagles are favourite. The Cowboys are favourites for this game.
Like it. But I'm going to go Manly.
Yeah.
Stick to your team.
Yeah, of course I am.
But I'm going to stick to mine. Cowboys.
Yeah.
Cowboys.
What are you going to do, Daz?
Cowboys by
Cowboys.
22 points.
You'd have to go Cowboys.
I'm liking the Cows for this one.
Yeah.
All right.
They're at home.
Storm play the Raiders. 15th play 13th. Oh my goodness.
I don't know.
And again, I know can't say the odds, but Melbourne are favourites. But oh gosh, this is tough.
Yeah. They're both losing teams. This is the problem.
If they hadn't lost 5 in a row or 4 in a row, I'd be going Raiders win this.
Yep. It is in Canberra.
It is in Canberra.
I'm liking the Raiders, I think. The way the Storm are playing at the moment.
You'd have to go the Raiders.
Yeah. But it's like Cracer's got to put a rocket up the boys, I think. All right. Dolphins play the Panthers.
No, Panthers will win this.
Yeah, Panthers will
they'll bounce back.
Panthers.
Yeah, they'll bounce back for this.
Now, this is actually played in Darwin.
Oh, so it is.
Oh, interesting. All right.
TO Stadium.
Yeah. In over in Auckland there, the Warriors play the Titans. Yeah, Warriors.
Warriors by about
Warriors too good right now.
Yeah, 4 tries
definitely.
there.
Rabbits play the Dragons. Rabbits.
Yeah, no, Dragons not going to get their first win of the season, I tell you.
No.
Okay, Tigers play the Broncos.
This is the game of the round.
Yeah, this will be exciting.
And it's at Campbelltown. Broncos have got Carrigan out, Ben Hunt's out, Reynolds is out, Walsh is out.
Well, I've heard Reynolds is actually coming back in.
Oh, is he? Right. Oh, okay. He does that a bit, but as in he will be named, but then by about tomorrow they rule him out.
Yeah, so Reynolds, Verhoeven, Borowski, Jaden Hunt, Gowski, and Simu.
Look, I'm going Tigers.
Yeah,
but it's going to be.
I'm gonna have to get on Tigers as well.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going Tigers as well. Okay, Roosters play the Knights at Allianz.
Chooks.
I'm going
the
Knights. But I'd like to see. Can you actually check on me because I can't get into the teams?
Look at there's
the
no
team.
Ponga, no
Fletcher
Brown. Sharp at fullback. You got Sandon Smith. Oh, and Dylan Brown.
Dylan Brown's back. No, I'm going the Knights.
So Lucas Frizzell and DeCourcy is out.
Right. Now I think the Knights are probably a better team than the Roosters. Because I love how you lads have jumped on the Roosters, but it was 22-6 at one stage, remember?
Yeah.
But don't change your tips because I'm running last. I am running last in the tipping competition. I'm freaking hopeless. But I still believe the Knights are playing better.
Eels play the Dogs at Combank.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Literally.
That's true.
No, dogs.
Yeah.
Dogs got no good reason to tip the Eels right now.
I love that.
That's just the truth.
They've got to win eventually.
And then the Sharkies have got the bye.
Yep.
Yeah. So
okay.
They'll easily win that.
Round 6 of the AFL, and I've got to get into that fixtures page there. That's better. All right, Carlton play Collingwood.
Pies for sure.
Yeah,
Come on.
Come the Pies.
Go the Pies.
They had a shocker last week. The Pies all bounced
90,000 there tomorrow night, but expect Collingwood to
This is a big matchup, isn't it?
It always
is. Always is. It'll be 90,000 at the G tomorrow night.
Yep. Geelong play the Bulldogs at GMHBA.
The Dogs do very, very well down in Geelong, which most sides don't. I'm going to say, and we don't know if Tim English is. I think Tim English, the ruckman, is back in, but we won't know that until tomorrow night. But I'm going to go the Dogs.
Sydney play the Giants at the SCG.
Sydney.
Yeah, Sydney.
Yeah.
The Swannies.
Okay, Suns play Essendon at People's First Stadium.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a snooze fest. So
Suns all the way, but I'm hoping Bombers put in a good show though.
Yeah, Hawks play Port Adelaide at Marble Stadium.
Hawks.
Yeah, no, Hawks will win that easy.
Yeah, Adelaide plays St Kilda in Adelaide Oval.
This will be a very interesting game.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, because obviously Saints have to go back to Adelaide again. They're not playing badly, not playing great either, but for St Kilda to be wanting to be an top 8 team, they have to beat Adelaide. So I'm going to go the Saints.
Yeah, North Melbourne play Richmond at Marvel.
Okay, now I did say that Richmond may not get a win for the season. If they do not beat North on the weekend, they won't get one, but I'm still going North.
Yeah, I think North Melbourne as well. Melbourne play Brisbane at the MCG. This should be a good game.
It should be because they're very well coached by Stephen King, new coach this year. The Lions are they're doing no more than they have to because it's only round 6. I actually think this will be a very, very close game. Really, really close game.
Melbourne will want to bounce back.
Yeah.
Yep. And then at Flopter Stadium there, the West Coast Eagles play Fremantle, local derby.
Local derby. It used to be a great local derby, but Fremantle are second, and I believe they are in the top 2.
I'm taking Fremantle as well.
For sure.
All right. That will just about do us, boys.
But it's been good.
Thanks, Daz. Thanks,
it's been great to be
Tinners.
back again, and all the best for tomorrow night.
Yeah, may the best team win.
I might have to have a multi for Collingwood into Manly Thursday night.
Oh, interesting.
Because that's what's happening on tomorrow night. That's my Thursday night set. I'll have football training and then I'll go straight into the Collingwood Carlton game and straight into the Cowboys Manly.
So I'll be commentating again on Saturday.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm doing
Daz.
yet. So
well, hopefully we see you because no wonder I'm single. All my Thursday night is just footy training and football. How good's life?
It's great.
all right. Thanks for your company here on Winners or Grinners there. We'll see you again hopefully next week. Okay. Till then, take care. Catch you later.
Bye-bye. Bye.